Good day, everyone. Welcome to this channel and thanks for subscribing to this channel. Emeka Nwajiuba, the former Minister of State for Education, told the Federal High Court to disqualify Tinubu of the All Progressive to disqualify Tinubu, who is the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, and Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, because the two of them, Tinubu and Atiku, bought votes to win the primaries in their respective parties. That means they rigged their way through to become the presidential flag bearer of their party. Now, the news in full details. Why Buhari, former minister, asked court to disqualify Tinubu and Atiku. As the 2023 election approaches, the immediate past Minister of State for Education, Emeka Nwajiuba, has asked the Federal High Court in Abuja to disqualify Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar, who are the presidential candidates of the All Progressive Congress and the People's Democratic Party, respectively. Politics Nigeria reports that Nwajiuba is making his demand based on an allegation that the delegates to the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressive Congress primaries in May and June respectively sold their votes. Thus, the People's Democratic Party had their primary election in May, and All Progressives Congress Party had their primary election in June, and the delegates in the respective parties sold their vote to Tinubu and Atiku. Particularly, the ex-minister asked the court to determine whether the composition of the delegates contravened Article 11A and 12 subsection 1 and 13 subsection 1 of the Constitution of the APC. The ex-minister also told the court to determine if the composition of the delegates at the People's Democratic Party primary contravened Section 33, subsection 1 and 5C of the Constitution of the party. Nwajiuba from Imo State scored 1 vote at the All Progressives Congress presidential primary. He resigned his position as Minister of State for Education prior to the APC presidential primaries. Okay, Emeka Nwajiuba, who was the former Minister of State for Education, has asked the Federal High Court in Abuja to disqualify All Progressives Congress presidential candidate Tinubu and the People's Democratic Party presidential candidate Atiku, based on the ground that they bought their votes to win the primaries, to be the presidential flag bearers of their respective parties. That's the reason why he asked the court to disqualify the respective candidate. Well, I'm very sure that the reason why Nwajiuba is praying the court to disqualify Atiku and Tinubu is because he didn't win the primaries. Yes, I'm very sure that is the reason. And I'm not trying to support anyone, but that should be the reason why he's asking the court to disqualify Tinubu and Atiku, because he didn't win the primaries. He scored 1 vote at the All Progressives Congress presidential primaries. Even while he was the Minister of State for Education, what was his contributions to the educational sector? What has he done? What did he do? What was he able to achieve? And what benefit has he brought to the development in the educational sector? So I believe all of them are just the same thing. They know themselves. They know what they are doing. All of them are just the same thing, and they know what they are doing. And another thing is they love to hold on to power because they are benefiting from it. Even after being the Minister of State for Education, he is still aspiring to be the president. Same with Tinubu and Atiku and every other politician. All of them, even after they hold on to power, they don't let go. Power is something that they just can't let go of, and they can do anything just to hold on to it. No wonder Olusegun Obasanjo made that statement when he said, when he told youth not to listen to all these politicians when they see the youth as leaders of tomorrow. Yes, Olusegun Obasanjo was actually right when he told youth not to listen to politicians when they said youth are the leaders of tomorrow. I mean, how can the youth lead when they don't want to let go? How can they lead when they don't want to let go? They don't want to leave power for the younger ones to take over because of the monetary benefits they are getting. They've eaten their cake and they are having it over and over and over again. They don't want to let go because that is the only platform they can steal and loot funds without being questioned or interrogated at the detriment of the masses. That seems to be the only platform where they can take whatever they want. They can loot funds, fill their pockets, enrich themselves without being questioned or interrogated, because that's how it has been. That's how it seems to be now. Now, look at the 109 billion naira fraud by one accountant general. Well, he was arrested and they did all their necessary stuff, and then at the end of the day, he has been granted bail of 5 billion naira. Now, how much profit did he make? Do you see that they know what they are doing? He was granted bail of 5 billion naira. Okay, so what of the remaining 104 billion naira in his pocket is sad. So that 104 billion naira is just for himself. That's what they always do. They will just close the matter up just like that, and after that, no one is going to hear about it again. That's how it has always been. Now, tell me, how much is ASU demanding? But that's what one person stole just for himself and his family alone. How much is ASU demanding? That money is inside the account of just one person. Our money that is supposed to be used to improve the situation of the country is being diverted to their personal accounts. So once Wajuba telling the courts now, well, what is telling the court is not a bad thing. What Wajuba is telling the court to do, is not a bad thing. It is a right thing to do to interrogate someone you feel have erred, but they know themselves. These people row in the same boat. They are birds of a feather that flocks together. They know what they are doing, and it's because of Wajuba. And it's because Wajuba didn't win the primaries of his party. That's why he came out to attack Tinubu and Atiku. That's it. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and then comment in the comment section. Thank you.